Welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. Today we're going to be continuing onwards with the story. We are going to be heading up to Mauville City, so we're going to have to fight a lot of trainers along the way. There's going to be a good handful. We're going to do some exploring as well. That way we can level up our Pokemon. But first, let's see what Professor Birch has to say. You know, I didn't know that he thought that you ran off together. I had no idea. Was there any indication of that when we left the Pokélab at the start? I don't think so, eh? But alright, well, you know what? That's cool. I prefer to go solo anyways. Speaking of May, she's going to be a pain throughout the whole game, man. We're going to have to battle her so many times, and her Grovyle. Man, we got to get something that is anti-grass. We need to get us a good fire type or a good air type. That way we're not screwed. Otherwise, we're going to get melted. Our Marsh Stomp here, which will later be a Swampert, won't be able to stand much a chance against that thing because it's just gnarly. Absolutely strong, and it's the fastest too, I believe. Between the three, like Mudkip, Torchic, and Trico, they're like evolved forms. I'm pretty sure Grovyle is the fastest. So most of the time, they will always go first, resulting in you getting just a headache of damage to worry about anyways. Now, once we do get to this point, you see we have this funky house we can go in, or we can go right, which will go to Mauville City, or we can go left. Now, what I think I'm going to do is go left and battle all of these trainers, not because I want to, but because the extra XP and the levels will be very beneficial before the next area. I believe when we get to Mauville, we got to be rocking like level 20 Pokemon, so we got to do some leveling up here, boys. I would love to just skip this and go straight to Mauville, but we got to do some farming first. Well, I guess it's not really farming because they're all just trainers and you can only battle them once. But anyways, this Pokemon right here, Shroomish, my very least favorite to run into. Absolutely dislike it, especially at the start of the game with Stun Spore. Bro, that thing's gnarly. Hate it. You can't even use physical moves against a Shroomish without it causing you to be paralyzed, right? Well, I mean, like, there's a chance of it, but it's annoying enough. Just to the point where you don't want to mess with it, you know? I'm going to go ahead and speed up the footage here just to get through these trainer battles because there is so many. Now that we're enhanced, we're going to go ahead and continue. So we're going to basically fly through all these guys, that way we can level up. And then we're going to continue onwards to Mauville. I don't remember what we do when we get there. Like, I'm not even 100% sure what my objective is anymore. Because we delivered that letter and stuff when we did the Devon goods, right? So I guess we're going to see what awaits us there. I think that's where the casino is too. So I think we'll be able to get some cool Pokemon, right? Is there prizes? Like in Fire Red, is there Pokemon you can get at the casino? I don't remember. Also, I did not want to register you. I hate that it doesn't give you a choice. It's just like, no, we're going to be in touch. You don't get a choice. You know what I mean? Just kind of annoying anyways. I wish you could skip it. It would be nice, but that's all right. What can you do? Very nice sticky rice. Goodbye. Buddy's got his kid. Got his Pokeballs all over the floor. Bro's just teaching his kid to be a messy individual. Also, what's with all the fishermen with Magikarps in this game? There's so many. Oh, there we go. You know what? At least this guy got a Tentacool and not an army of Magikarp, thankfully. I wonder at what level they evolve, like, you know? Like, at one point, you go from just your average fisherman with a bunch of Magikarp getting made fun of every day to being buddy with 6 Gyarados in his inventory, you know? And what day does that happen? I'd imagine it's worth it, the pain and suffering, honestly. I'm not even going to bother with the top half. We got enough. We did enough farming. We got some level up. So we're going to skip on by and get right into this capture here. Mr. Minen, I decided it might be best to get this guy so that we can get Thunder Wave against the next gym and or any other trainer battles that we might begin to struggle with. And we might as well capture, you know what, we'll get this guy too. Maybe he knows Thunder Wave too, and then we're good to go. Just in case we can paralyze a foe, it'll be good for capturing and also for completing gym battles as well. You know, I might consider taking this guy with us the whole ride, like a Manectric. That would be a solid electric type to have on the team. Alright, well, we successfully got Gulpin these nuts. I like him because he's a really good poison type, basically. So if in the event we have a really strong foe like that Garvoil and we just have to wear him down and it gets to that point, then at least we can, right? And speaking of, when we get down this little path here on our way to Mauville City, we got to take down May again. So we're going to show her what's up and hopefully her Grovyle doesn't absolutely melt our face, even though I have a feeling it's probably going to. I also don't remember what Pokemon's in the first slot anymore. Is it still... Oh, okay, it's still Marsh Stomp. We're good. Now, unfortunately, he did decide to switch things out, like, right off the hop. Or, sorry, she did, or whatever they identify. You know, whatever. Point is, this person's crazy. I'm surprised that she didn't like just do it traditionally, you know, one Pokemon, you eliminate it, the next one comes out. No, throughout this battle, she changed her Pokemon like 20-30 times. It was pretty crazy, honestly. I'm not sure what was going on, but I decided to cut it out just to save you all the time. But thank God for nature power. This little Lotad here came in clutch with the Swift. Definitely made it a lot easier. My Marshtomp was getting melted. There was nothing that I could really do, so you know, it's nice that these two are left. Got a little Slugma. We might just switch out for Marshtomp. I don't know how much damage this is going to do if I do it. Might be better to just take him out with our strong boy. Well, that's Maydown. Now it's time to continue on to Mauville. I think there's a gym there. I'm pretty sure. I would imagine. So, yeah. All right, May. Chatterbox. Get out of here. Well, time to finally see what's up here. I'm going to do my best to avoid the trainer battles here. I just kind of want to get on to Mauville, you know? Continue on with the story. We did a whole lot of fighting. It would be nice to make some actual story progress. But you know what? I guess we'll do a double battle, whatever. I think Marshtomp was close to leveling up. Maybe Lotad was too. So we'll do a quick little fight here and get these guys out of the way and get us a level or two, maybe. But we will see. That's some funky hair you got going on there, bro. I like the color, though. I had a car that was purple like that. It looked pretty nice. It had a nice wrap job on it. It looked really good. It was like 10 grand. It was a nice Lancer I used to have. Oh, buddy, it wasn't an Evo or a Ralliard, unfortunately, which makes it pretty lame. But it still looked pretty good. It looked like an Evo, honestly, but, you know, it just looked the part. It didn't play the part, you know what I mean? It kind of sucked, honestly. Like, you'd go down on the gas pedal, and it sounded loud and proud, but the sound was more than the actual output. Like, I don't remember how much horsepower it had, like 170 or something like that. Nothing crazy, like it wasn't anything insane. Point is, it was kind of under exciting for what I was hoping to have. What looked like a sporty little car. I always assumed that they were D-bag cars, you know, Lancers. They just look so mean, right? And it's always people that look just rude that are driving them, I find. And you know what? I was like, you know what? I don't want people to look at me. I just want them to leave me alone. So I got my nice little Lancer. It came with tinted windows and low profile rims too. It was kind of nice, actually. It was a nice little ride. It was a pretty sweet deal. It cost like, I don't know, 30 grand though for everything that it came with. And like, I got a couple packages and stuff, so, you know, added up my own price. But yeah, it was like 30 grand for that Lancer. That wasn't even a Ralliard. It was ridiculous. Now, mind you, that's Canadian, but still a little outrageous. And as usual, you know, we're the berry fiends. We're gonna, we'll you know what? We'll take one. We'll leave the rest. But I'm not gonna plant any, you know. I don't want to waste my time doing that. We also cannot get onto the bicycle road yet because we don't have a bicycle. We might as well just explore the houses, I guess, and see what we can get, see what people have to say, because I don't quite recall what I'm supposed to be doing here. I think I'm just trying to figure out, you know, moving on with the story. We fought May, so at least that's progress and out of the way. But, you know, I'm not 100% sure, like, where should I go? You know, who should I talk to? I wonder at what point we get Fly, too. That's going to be really nice to have. Speaking of, I don't even have a flying type. Who are you? Oh, Rock Smash. All right, cool. I think we need that to progress anyways. Is that what happens when we defeat this gym? We can use Rock Smash? Or is that the previous one? No, it allowed us to use Flash, right? But I mean, I got through the cave without needing Flash anyways, so I mean, you know, big baller over here. But, you know, I don't really see us needing it. I don't know if there's another cave where everything is all dark. Also, this is the little bike store. If you visit the one in Fire Red, if you want to get one right off the hop, it's like millions of dollars. It's absolutely outrageous. The only one to actually, or sorry, the only way to actually get one is to like play the story and then get gifted one, I do believe. Now, you know, I think I'm going to go with the Mach bike. I don't really need the jumpy bike right now. When we get to Rayquaza, however you wish to pronounce it, then I will switch bikes for sure. But until that point, I'm not going to bother. I'd rather just go fast. And hey, now we can also go on to the bicycle road as well. So we have a lot of directional options to go now. And once we defeat the gym leader, we're going to do that. Also to the right here with all these little all these trainers, it makes me wonder what's going on because it reminds me of like Mount Moon from Fire Red, you know, where there's all those trainers and there's a cave at the end. So I'm really hoping it's not another cave. It's probably my least favorite part of the Pokemon games. But I guess for now we'll chill with Wally here. Is this Pops? We just hanging out in front of the gym, blocking the doors for everybody? Like, what are you doing? Oh, no, he's gonna make us school him in front of his Pops, buddy. That's unfortunate. You know, I need in this gym though, bro, so you gotta get out the way. He still only has this one Pokemon? Is it just little Ralts? I'm assuming that's what he has. I wonder what level it is at this point. Level 16. Alright, the foes are starting to stack up, you know. We got a level 20 some Pokemon now, so that's great, you know. I'm glad we did all those trainer battles to level up. That way we have a nice leg up. Now this route, I don't know what Buddy was thinking, you know. But hey, you know what? Time to go back to the drawing board and square number 1 there, Mr. Wally, because I don't think you're ready. Did Bro do the other gym? But like, is this the first one he's trying? Is Bro even obeying the Pokemon rules? Like, can you just do them in any order you want, to a degree? Is that like acceptable? Is that canon? Or do you have to like do them in order, you know? Maybe not, because like, oh, I don't remember. Does Ash end up, he ends up like in, where's Sabrina live? In Fire Red? In that town, anyways. Oh, hey, it's the talent guy again. Point is, you end up there, and I think you can fight Sabrina before you fight the Celadon, which is the 4th gym leader, I think? Something like that. I could be remembering completely incorrectly, but who knows. Anyways, what is this guy? Oh, hey, you know what? That's a good, from what I remember, it's a good move. I think it takes a couple turns type deal. We'll get rid of Mud Slap, because we don't need 2 ground types. We might as well have a rock type move. I don't know, you know, it'll be good. Honestly, it's gonna be, it's kind of like the move Outrage, you know, where when you use it, it just automatically uses your turn for you a couple times, but it gets stronger with each one. It's kind of like Earthquake in the sense like the magnitude increases, but rather than that, it's just pretty much, you know, it hits harder, and it physically changes too, like the attack, when you look at it. It's pretty cool. And hey, speaking of the casino, it is, all I remember is Fire Red. I don't remember any Emerald stuff, because in the Fire Red casino, when you get there, there's like a hidden little switch behind the poster and stuff. Now, I don't remember how to get the coin case in here so that we can actually use this place and then get our prizes and whatnot. So we're gonna have to figure that out. I imagine, you know, after we do the gym battle here, what we'll do is we'll go through a couple houses maybe and check it out. But we might just continue onwards and then come back to it later. Now, this doesn't look too complex, honestly. I can just battle this guy with the blue hat and be done, right? Like, that's it? Oh, okay, I see the error of my ways. I have to battle them anyways, so I'm cool with that. But you know what? You only have to press 2 of them. You don't even have to bother with those people on the right. Like, for being a puzzle gym, this gym's pretty ridiculously easy to figure out, honestly. How old is our character here? I don't remember. Are we like 14 or something? Or are we still 10, you know? Like, are we in the classic era where we're 10 years old doing this? Or, you know, we look a little older personally. I don't remember how old, like, May is, because, like, they hang out with Brock in the show, right? Which is pretty cool that they kept Brock along with them for like the show and stuff, you know? Of all the people, you know, it was pretty cool. It was interesting that they always changed the, like the female character, you know? Went from Misty to May to whoever, and they would always change it every time, which is really interesting, you know? I guess just keeping things fresh, and, you know, typically they always had a little brother or something, right? Just, you know, it was just repetitive and interesting anyways, so, yeah, I just thought that was, you know, I thought I'd just bring that up. Also, I'm stupid and pressed the wrong thing again, but I don't want to do the unnecessary fighting, so we're just going to get right into it and battle Mr. Wallace, I believe his name is. Going to take him out. He is the electric gym, so it is unfortunate for him. Now, unlike in Fire Red, where you have to go and get a Diglett and then use one to defeat Surge, which, by the way, if you need help defeating Surge, that is a great way to cheese him. Go catch a couple Digletts in the cave in Vermilion. You're good to go, but in this case, I might be able to just spam our little mud pump here. Mud shot, I believe? Yeah, I was thinking hydro pump, sorry. But we should be able to do this gym, no problem. Also, I just realized now that I said his name wrong. It's Watson. What a play on words, you know, Watson, the electric gym leader. I think that's pretty funny, you know, that's pretty clever. Come on, you gotta give it. Also, yeah, like Surge and oh my god, and Fire Red, I didn't even realize. Wow, they're so creative. I'm gonna have to try and pay a lot more attention to little things like that. So many overlooked little cool details, you know, like when they came up with these, they're such an in-depth story, you know. I don't know how hard it is to code and make these designs and stuff like that, but man, these games are great. Like Game Freak, oh, props to you guys, honestly. Aside not doing what most, you know, people can do in their ROM hacks, which says a lot if people in the community can do it and you can't, like releasing games where we can actually complete the Pokédex, that would be like, you know, that's the ultimate goal, bro. That's all we want. Like, why can't we have a game where we can complete it and then we get like a cool ticket, we go to an island, we get Lugia, Deoxys, Ho-Oh, whoever, whatever the case may be. Like, why don't they do that? Why is it, you know, I get it, it's a money scheme, you know, you gotta trade with your friends and you have to own X and they have to have Y in order to get this and that. I think that's a load of baloney and they should just let us live out our Pokemon trainer dreams without any nonsense. But you know what? Money is the problem, gentlemen. I also wish that they would bring these games to Xbox console, you know, like, do you know how much fun it is playing these games on PC? Like, it's such a blast. So many different ROM hacks, so many, like, improvements, quality of life changes. Like, so many good things. Game Freak really needs to pay attention. Honestly, they could do a lot better in my opinion, and I think that they could have started doing a lot better a long time ago. But you know what can I do? I'm one person with an opinion, you know, freedom of speech ain't gonna get me anywhere anyways, so what can you do? Now this guy here is gonna be trouble, I must say. I do want one, and knowing level 24 he's evolved. Does he evolve at level 16 as well? If so, I might have to level up our what is his name? Manectrike, I think, before he evolves. And of course, like every other Pokemon gym leader in this game, the Pokemon always have citrus berries, so they get to heal off the citrus berry, and then they get to use a super potion or a full restore or whatever the case may be. Absolutely ridiculous. You gotta drain their health like 3 times. Like, I don't know if I downloaded a hard version or if this is just how it's always been, but I don't remember them being so, you know, like an actual challenge as a kid, you know? It's kind of crazy, which of course it should be, but yeah, anyways, enough of that rant, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting. Wow, thanks for $2,400, buddy. I can go grab 4 Great Balls now, 3 Super Potions. Dang, they really don't give you a lot of money off the start. Like, you almost have to do the trainer fights that you have money to spend, you know, otherwise you're screwed. And you know, me as a kid, I was never a person to stock up on the potions or, you know, the paralysis heals or whatever. Okay, potions probably, but like everything else, you know, to negate status effects, I never really bothered, you know, which I mean, obviously sets me up for failure in a lot of situations, but, you know, I was just never the type to use it, to be honest, so, you know, what can you do? But for now, let's continue to the north of the city. I believe this is the trainer tower where you can go up and do challenges and things like that. And then that little house to the left there had, I believe it's like a family that you fight when you're there. Basically, you'd battle them and trainer after trainer, and there's 4 of them, and they get harder with each go. I also can't believe I forgot to teach Rock Smash to someone on our team, but we'll give it to Sableye here. Also, Sableye came in clutch. If you didn't see at the Dewford gym, oh, Sableye here saved the day. He's the way to get through that gym. Like, man, they can't touch you. Any physical attacks can't affect doesn't affect the ghost types, right? So basically, you can go through that gym without being touched and not have any problems. Also, I totally did not know that Pokemon can come out of Rock Smashes. That's cool, you know, an environmental, like, interactive thing, you know? So creative, I give you props for that. Level 15, oh, that could be a Graveler. You know what, we'll give him 1 Water Gun, and if he survives. Alright, well, fate was against you, buddy. I was gonna catch him if he went to, like, low red, but, you know, I get it. Marshtomp's pretty high up here, so what can you do? Now, what's even to the north here? Like, does this take us to a new area? Is it... Oh, the reporter people. I think we see them a good handful of times throughout the campaign, too. I think this will be the first of many interactions. They ask you for, like, a story and your opinions, and I think we see these guys, like, all the way through to, like, end game content. I'm pretty sure. They got some weak sauce Pokemon, though. I'm gonna have to watch out for Lotad. Those electric attacks might be pretty bad. Alrighty, well that's the interviewers down. I'm probably going to speed up the next little bit again, just because we have all these trainer battles to do, and there's a lot of people we'll probably end up running into accidentally and or intentionally. I wasn't really paying attention, I was hoping she would turn, but at least she only has... I was going to say she only has 2 Pokemon, but she has Shroomish. I absolutely despise Shroomish. I hate fighting it. It is the worst. I cannot stand it. You know, it's the one thing that makes me regret not going with Trico or Torchic, because, you know, she has some pretty good, or he, whichever, you know, Torchic. Anyways, point is, Blaziken, absolutely fantastic. Final Evolve form. That thing is gnarly. It becomes like a fire fighting type. And honestly, it's pretty good. But, you know, I love little Mudkip. I had to go with it. Also, this little Meryl, this little mouse. I've never really put Meryl on my team before, you know? Never ever have. Never used them. Just like Poliwhirl and Poliwrath, you know? I guess in the old... Oh, speaking of Poliwrath, if you remember, like, the early 2000s, like, the Pokemon card with the holographic background, oh my goodness, one of my favorite Pokemon cards. Same with the Flareon with, like, the nice holographic background. Oh, love it, absolutely. The Pokemon art on some of the cards is so nice. Speaking of Pokemon cards, I've started collecting them again. I was debating on collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards too, you know, just they're so pretty, so aesthetically pleasing to look at too, like, oh, just so many. I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist recently. Oh, great Yu-Gi-Oh game. By the way, if you don't have it, definitely get it. It's like 20 bucks or less on the Xbox store, I do believe. So I would definitely recommend that you get it because it is a lot of fun. You get to play through like the OG classic Yu-Gi-Oh stories, the old ones, early 2000s. It has like the 5Ds, GX, the Synchro Summons, XYZs, all that fun stuff. You gotta check it out. The multiplayer online is also still lively, usually on weekends though, you know, understandably, given, you know, the game's not in its prime anymore, but it is still a lot of fun. You know, the other Yu-Gi-Oh game, what is it, I think Master Duel or something, it's just not the same, not as good personally. I think Legacy the Duelist is better. Also, I wonder if we're gonna get this Numa. We've been on a streak with these Great Balls, like every time I've thrown one, it's worked every single time. That is 4 Pokemon in a row that we have thrown one Great Ball and caught right off the hop. Maybe Great Balls are OP right now, but hey, they're doing their job and I'm glad because now we have a fire type that we might have to level up in order to take down that pesky Gargoyle. Or Gardevoir, you know, Gargoyle? Yeah, whatever it turns into anyways. Oh, hey, this is the magma stuff, right? I think when we go up this hill, there's like a lift or something, and there's Team Magma guys everywhere. So I don't know if we can continue there or not. Oh, a Tailo, I don't have one of those. I should consider getting an air type maybe too, just to have one. One of each type I think is probably best. You know, I think diversification is probably the most important with your Pokemon team, but, you know, you can only do so much. Oh, how original a Geodude. You know, the start of this game is so rinse and repeat with opponents, man. Like, so many rock guys or hiking guys that have an army of Geodudes, so many fishermen with Magikarp, so many bug catchers with a bunch of, you know, Wurmples, which, I mean, okay, yeah, their like, name speaks for themselves, I guess, fair enough. But, you know, it's just silly, you know. Some more, like I was saying, diversification would be nice if you could see a little more Pokemon right off the hop. But, I mean, it doesn't take very long for you to see a bunch anyways. So, I mean, I guess, you know, either way it works out in the end. But, yeah, what's going to be next? I wonder. Let's see. Oh, wow, surprise, surprise, another Geodude. Easy XP, you know, I could pull out the Lotad and absorb these guys, but then it's just going to take a whole bunch of turns, and it's a lot easier to just get these guys a water gun or, you know, hit them with a mud shot and get them the heck out of dodge so that we can take over as the new Sheriff Buddy. No, for the record, I didn't even want to add you, to be honest, bro, but whatever, you know what, we'll take it, I guess. Anyways, yeah, enough of this chatterbox stuff, man. Like, oh, you don't get a choice in the matter. What can you do? Alright, I guess I forgot about this guy on the path. But that's alright, you know, we'll see what he has. Rocking 1 Pokemon. Alright, shouldn't be too bad. Oh, Nuzleaf. Oh, doesn't it evolve in the Shift Tree, right? Oh, speaking of, that reminds me, there's a place here called Fortree City or something, right? Where it's like a cool little, I think it's like rainy, really aesthetically pleasing, tall grass. Oh man, that's going to be great when we get there. I cannot wait. We might have to get us a Nuzleaf. I wonder where you capture them here. I don't recall. Oh, Swift. All right. You know, Swift hits hard, but it also kind of sucks too. Like, it's kind of hit or miss, I find. Now, you know, I don't really have a choice but to use moves that aren't going to do much damage against this guy. But you know what? That's all right. At least in the end, it worked out and he's gone. And we're on to the next Pokemon trainer or whoever happens to be in our way. That might be it for here, actually. Is this everybody? I think it might be, you know. I think we dueled everyone, right? Or, sorry, Pokemon battled everybody. Oh, yeah, there's like a tower up there. I think we have to get, do we get those like funky desert glasses right away? Or is that like farther down? I don't remember. Speaking of, I think we get in there and we get, what is it, Trapinch? I think that's the one that evolves into Flygon, right? Flygon and Salamence, oh, they're definitely getting added onto the roster when we can get them. Oh, maybe an Aggron too, you know? I love that Pokemon. One of my favorites, absolutely. Those 3 are going to have to take some spots on the team, I'm thinking. They'll be added to the squad for sure because they're real gnarly. And I really like the way they look too. Salamence and Flygon, just the coolest dragon looks, in my opinion. I really like them. What are your favorite dragon types, you know? And the thing is, I find it interesting, you know, dragon beats dragon. Like, it's super effective. Like, using Dragon Claw against another dragon, I think that's silly. Obviously, you know, it's the only foe that can probably match it, understandably. But at the same time, like, you know, why? Like, why not, you know, I think also ice is super effective. Is there anything else is electric too? Like, if you use thunder on a dragon type, right? I think so. Wow, they're weak to a lot of stuff, but I mean, then again, every other type, you could argue the same thing, of course. I gotta get some items to give to my Pokemon. I haven't been giving them berries or anything. I should be doing that. Speaking of, oh, bruh. Shroomish, man, I hate you. And he's level 18, too. He's gonna be such a pain. Like, should I take out the Numel and then get the Shroomish? But then if he stun spores both of us, then it's just gonna be annoying. And what if he spams it? I absolutely hate you, Shroomish. I cannot stand you. Please crit. Oh, alright, well. You know what? At least now his speed is lowered and we'll continue to be able to go first, and hopefully Lotad can too. Oh, okay, cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. Does that do good work to oh, yeah. Like I mentioned, you know, Swift, it's so hit or miss. Like, even though, like, he's at a fair level compared to them, like, it just doesn't do a whole lot of damage, you know, regardless of the fact that it's coming from nature power. Like, man, horrible, horrible. Can this guy, like, team kill? I wonder, you know, we never did check out the Numel we caught. Did it have Ember or anything? We should definitely consider that. I'm going to keep these two on just to give them the XP. I think Lotad might hit level 20 after this fight. But yeah, we're going to have to check that out for sure because we need that fire type leveled up, son, before we get our gnarly dragons. Because once we have the dragons, I'll probably teach them like Ice Beam, Thunder, you know, Fire Blast, some sort of thing like that. Maybe Dragon Breath, whatever the case may be, Flamethrower, you know. That way we have a nice versatile squad. And that way the two Pokemon that we have are going to be heavy hitters. I'm pretty sure we can get them in this game. I don't think we have to be playing... Yeah, this is Emerald. This one has no opposite. Never mind. Yeah, we're good to go. Also, I cannot wait to get the Reggies as well. By the way, they're going to be fun to get. And yeah, of course. You know what? I'm glad it happened at the end at least when we got paralyzed and not at the start because, yeah, I hate Shroomish with a passion. Cannot stand it. You know, I think is that everybody in the area? I'm pretty sure we're gonna heal up our Pokemon. I know that the Pokemon Center's just down the road, but you know, I don't want to go back. Might go and challenge that House of 4 just for fun, but I think we have one more pair that we have to duel. I think it was a double duel, right? Duos? Okay, yeah. All right, we'll get rid of these guys, and then we'll prepare ourselves, probably go back to the Pokemon Center if we need to, depending on how gnarly these guys are, and then we'll go from there, most likely. I think that after this battle, we'll call it here for today. You know, we did a whole bunch of trainer battles, like I was saying. We got a whole bunch of stuff done, which was awesome. We leveled up our Pokemon. We got some new additions to the team. You know, we got our poison type. We got our electric types now. We got Thunder Wave. So if we have any foes that are a pain, we can paralyze. You know, we'll be able to get through things a lot easier without struggling, and also catch Pokemon a lot easier too. So you know what? It's been a solid episode, I would say, so far. Now, once this one is out, there will also be a South Park episode uploaded tonight, I do believe. My apologies. I've been feeling sick the last couple days. Haven't been feeling too good. So, you know, I've been hunched up in bed, dying, basically praying for death. You know, I find it funny when you're sick. Does anyone else, like, you get to the point where you're like, I took it for granted. I'll never take being healthy for granted again, you know, and you just got like the worst head cold and stuff, or when you feel like horrible in the stomach, you know? I've legit prayed. Like, I've been in pain from stomach ulcers where I've prayed for that to go away. But yeah, anyways, on to the next episode. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for joining me for this journey, and I will see you there.